Hello, welcome to this month's Enjoy the Little Things blog hub, where our theme this month is interactive cards. So I have created this little wiper card for you. So this card uses the Signs of Santa stamp set. We're going to use the little elf, his little wagon, the presents, and this signpost. Now, as you can see, the signpost is pointed that way and our little elf is running that way. So I would like him to run to the North Pole. So I decided that I would just chop that bit off and use one of the other signposts that's pointing the other way. So as you can see, when my card opens, the signpost is going the same way as the elf. So let's get started and make that. Very handily, Stampin' Up has got a coordinating framelit set, so we don't have to fussy cut anything. So I have the presents, the wagon, the little elf, the signpost, the one that goes the opposite way, so no cutting at all involved in this one. And I've also used the background. You can see this paper, it's beautiful, from the same suite, DSP, so we have all sorts of patterns with the little elves on it. Sorry, that one's upside down. In fact, it's all upside down. Let's just turn it around for you. So we have some snowmen. That's the back side. I've used the trees. And it's specialty DSP, so I don't know if you can see that, but we have some raised snowflakes here. Nothing on that one, but this one it's almost like that, is it a flock wallpaper you call it? It's like almost like a velvet on the stripes. And what else do we have? Where's the other one? Oh yeah, we have some raised little furry flock bits, snowflakes or dots on this one as well. Anyway, all very, very pretty, all coordinates beautifully with garden green, poppy parade and pool party. But gorgeous paper, and you saw all the back sides. But there you go. So that's that. So let's get started with this card. So what will you need supply wise? I have used garden green, and I've kind of changed up my measurements a little bit just to make it easier for remembering the measurements. So really this side is a standard UK card side. It's a little bit longer because I just wanted, as I said, to make the measurements a little easier. So it measures, it's just half the width of our normal A4, so it would be 4 1/8, and then I've cut it to 9 inches. And then we have as you can see, I have a Whisper White layer first, and that is going to be 5 3/4 by 3 7/8. And then I have the DSP, and that's just a little bit smaller at 3 5/8 by 5 1/2, and then I've cut another piece of Whisper White exactly the same size, because this bit, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to rip that across, put a little bit of Tombow and some dazzling diamonds to make that appear as if it were snow. Or that's the effect I'm going for anyway. So, going to bring back in my trimmer, and what we're going to do is take our card base, move our cutter out of the way, and we are going to score 1 1/2 inches, and again at 3 inches. And I'm going to do that on both my pieces. I've already done that on the other piece just to get ahead of time. So we have two scored exactly the same way. We are going to fold that one this way and the other way, so you're going to get a Z effect. Just going to burnish those with my bone folder. And we're going to do exactly the same. So first in, then out to get that Z. And so they're exactly the same. The difference is we're going to take this one, turn it upside down and put it together like that. And that really is essentially the mechanism for our wiper card. What we need now is another little piece, which I forgot to show you, of garden green cardstock. So this little piece is going to be our wiper mechanism, and this measures 1.5 inches by 3. So what we're going to do with this piece, I have a little helper in my craft room this morning who has promised he won't speak, but I'm not sure how long that will last. So I'm just going to score lightly at 1.5 inches. Then I am going to take this score mark. I'm going to turn that so that it fits in the groove of my trimmer. And I'm going to put the point of the opposite side. So the 1.5 inch mark, which is where I scored, is here. And the other point is there. And then I'm going to score at that point. So you see, it's right from the tip, from edge to edge really. So from the tip on one side to the 1.5 inch mark on the other. And we are going to take that and use our bone folder to reinforce that, and just make sure that the edges are flush. So that and that is really, that's the little part that is going to pop up. As you can see, that is our pop-up there. So we are going to add that here, and that's going to form the basis of our pop-up. So I'm going to do all our, well actually we can put it together really now. I'm going to take some tear and tape, adding some tear and tape. To both edges. Like so. And I've just got the brand new Take Your Pick tool from Stampin' Up. We have some putty, which is, I've taken a little bit too much off there. I think a small child has been at this. But basically you twist the nozzle to get some more putty to come out, but that's far too much. We don't really want that much. And you can pick up sequins, etc., and other small items, because the end will be tacky. And the other end I am going to use to remove the edge of my tear and tape. You can always use the piercing tool or the edge of your slips, but this just happened to be on my desk, and I thought while it was here I would show you. Not that I have great nails, but if you had lovely nails, that would stop them from getting ruined. So to touch this, it's just edge to edge. Like so, and the same on the other side. Not quite as good on that side. So as I said, that's your card mechanism, and then we are just going to decorate that first of all with our Whisper White layer. I'm going to use some Tombow for this. Placing my white layer first, sliding it into position, and then my DSP layer. Okay, so that's like so. So with the basic card mechanism done, we just have to add our little pop-up part, which is this little bit here. I use this score line across here to help me guide it in. So we're going to have it bent that way, so as it closes, it pops up. So I suppose you would say that the card is folded inwards, but we're going to do it, it'll be easier if I explain it like this. Making sure you have your card the right way up. We're going to slide that in like so, right up to the edge, and I can secure that, and then you see when this folds down, it pops up. Okay, you can see it more on the finished card. We'll decorate that in just a second. So the fold is inwards into the card, into the front of the card, and it's going to pop up like so. I don't want to push the other one too much while the glue is still not quite dry. But let's move on with our stamping. So just to show you how I get the snow, I'm going to take my Whisper White piece and I am going to just rip, because I want to make some little glittery snow banks. So just like that. I'm going to take my Tombow and just add a light layer of glue along the edge. I'm going to take a scrap piece of copy paper, grid paper, whatever. Take the dazzling diamonds, sprinkle over like so, flick off the excess, and then you have a little glittery snowbank. Well, a great thing about having your copy paper like that, if you've never seen this trick before, is scoop it into the middle and not waste any of your dazzling diamonds. I must admit, I have had this pot for a long time. Use it sparingly, but the glitter is so fine and so sparkly, it's beautiful. So there we have really the mechanism of our card. I've just a tiny little piece. Of course you can decorate this how you will. I'm just keeping because my signpost is going to be in the snow, I'm going to keep that white. So I've just a little square, slightly smaller than the wiper mechanism, and I'll put down my snow and then we can get ready for some stamping. So here's my snow, and that is forming the backdrop of my card. I'm just going to cover over my trees. Okay, so I have all my pieces ready here. I have my little sign, my signpost, my elf, his wagon, and the presents. So what first I'm going to do is I am going to get rid of this, because my signpost I want to be pointed the other way. So I'm going to a little bit of Tombow and my North Pole going that way. Okay, so that's first off, and then really that's about it. I'm ready to assemble. I just need my strip now, I haven't done that yet, with the greeting. So I'm going to get some dimensionals and my little elf is going to go about here, carrying his little wagon. Try and get them to touch his hand. We go under actually would be better, would it? Just about there. And then his little gifts. I want to look that he's running so fast they are tumbling off the back of his wagon. So I'm just going to use half a dimensional here and another tiny bit for the top. We could of course use my mini dimensionals, but I don't have them to hand at the minute, and I have these ones and the snips, so that's just as easy. Okay, so I'd like them tumbling off the back. Ooh. Okay, and then we have, I'm going to open it out so that this can be as long as you want, obviously no longer than the width, oops, of the card, but you don't really want it for this style where the wiper bit ends at the side of the card. You don't want it to go over, but it can be wider that way, and it can be longer as long as the card, if that makes sense. So a little bit of glue just on the part that is sticking up, and we'll let that dry a little bit, and I'm just going to get a strip for here. So this strip measures 1 inch and a quarter, I think. Hold on. Yeah, 1 inch and a quarter by 3 7/8. I'm just going to take my wishing you everything on your list, bring back in my memento. That just about fits. I may miss out a little dot part. Oops. There you go. And I'm going to adhere this. That's not what I wanted to do. Shall clean this up in a minute. Okay, so there we go. Our little wiper card. You could of course put your greeting on the back with whatever you wish to write to your loved one, and then they'll have quite a surprise when they open it up for that. I hope you enjoyed that. This is a great little bundle. All the details are down below, the link to my blog where I'll have the measurements written out properly for you, and you will be able to find all details on how you could purchase this stamp set or the framelits or the DSP or all together. I hope you enjoyed today's project. Please do hop on to the rest of the ladies in the group. We've some great inspirational interactive cards for you this morning. I hope you enjoy. Take care. Bye now.